Hey guys, Adam here at DirectionTrader.com. Let's do the recap for today. On the right is going to be the daily chart. On the left is going to be a 618 tick anchor chart. So just for your references, the intraday price is going to be on the left, the daily is on the right. Most of our focus will be over here on the right, though. Concentrate on the daily bars and what went on today and what I see moving forward. We're starting off here with the Russell. Quite the day here. We actually are going to look left here. We came in this morning. If you go back to last night's video, I basically said anything down below that previous day's low, we're going to be looking for shorting opportunities, looking to take advantage of this market tank. What happened this morning? We tanked in the pre-market, then we popped up, and now we're in the actual trading, the U.S. session here started here at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Market got some selling going on. We were watching heavily for this previous little swing low here, and sure enough, it pulled back, it got our consolidation, and then it broke. We tried like crazy to get different shorts over here, just could not get that shorting opportunity here early on. And then by the end of it here, we're so extended, we're starting to create higher lows and so on and so forth on our oscillator down below here, creating a divergence here, and just a matter of time. We went into consolidation, and then as we popped higher here, towards the 10 o'clock hour, we just went into a consolidation. We never actually got the markets to roll over going into this afternoon to get some shorting opportunities that we could trade into our lunchtime session here. So all in all, not much going on here this afternoon as this thing continued to leak higher. I wasn't active. I told the guys in the trading room, if we got an afternoon fade, if for some reason the volatility started to rise and we were able to get an afternoon fade, I would have shorted. But this opens up a whole new can of worms now. Over here on the daily chart, just like yesterday, we talk about these topping tail candles here. We had this resistance here. The market's popped up here several times and got denied over and over and over, creating a lot of topping tail candles up here. And that's exactly where we're trading into right now. If you look down below, bottoming tail candles down here. Lots of bottoming tail candles. So we got some pretty good support between these 1210s and 1220s, all the way up to resistance being between these 1230 and 1240 area. So really stuck here on the Russell between some pretty good resistance and some good selling and some very good buying in here. Every time it drops down here into this 1210 area, 1220 area, we get some buying off that area, and not just some regular buying, some pretty aggressive buying, and the same thing coming off these highs. So going into tomorrow, guys, got to identify the levels here, got to identify this sideways range. I would like to wait until we can get above Monday's highs, and then we'll be one-sided to the upside, and the same thing, getting down below the lows from last week. Other than that, I think in between here is a very dangerous level. I think if you want to use two different time frames, maybe you have an anchor chart and then a smaller chart, maybe 2 or 3 times smaller chart, and you want to trade intraday between different pivot levels, I think you can do that. But as far as overall momentum and being one-sided, I really think there's time here that we need to wait to get out of this range here before we actually choose who's in charge of this market. So that's my opinion moving forward. Not a lot of stuff I can talk about here with the Russell. To be precise, because we're going to need some pretty severe movements here before I can be one-sided one way or another on the Russell. So be careful going into tomorrow trading that Russell. Let me quickly go through the other indexes. The S&P, as you see up here, is kind of trading in the middle of its range. We have the resistance, which is pretty clear here, and then we kind of have multiple lows here. So we got a lot of bottoming tail candles. If you look back here, bottoming tail candle, bunch of bottoming tail candles. Today's a bottoming tail candle. So we have this support down in here, but we also have this clear resistance. So just like the Russell, we are absolutely kind of, there's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of iffy areas here, and not a pretty trading. Just look over here to the left at the anchor chart. This is not pretty trading here, guys. This is something that can really beat your trading account up. So I think we're better off just trying to stay away here for a little bit and maybe focus on some other stuff, such as, let's go ahead and go over here to crude. Now the crude oil is interesting, guys. we're trying to decide here recently whether we're running out of steam here to the upside and we're going to get a pullback to test this support here at 54s, or is this thing going to go ahead and leak higher, and before you know it, we're going to be hitting these 65s or that resistance up here at 65. As of today, it appears like the upside still was intact, but I told the guys, everybody in the room here, I must get above these highs from last week. That's a pretty good resistance that we hit our head on right here. As you see here, go back to last Thursday. It's last Thursday's highs, it's last Wednesday's open and close, and it's last Tuesday's highs. That's exactly where we came to today, so a very good resistance. We're going to need to get above there just to run into these highs. So we got a long ways to go here on the crude too. So my advice here on the futures, guys, just be careful, preserve your capital. There are just times in the market when it's not a good time to get aggressive with your accounts. You're going to notice a little setback in your accounts if you get too aggressive. So sorry about that. If you can, be very disciplined, guys. And from an intraday standpoint, watch them pivot points. Use two different charts, like an anchor chart intraday and then a smaller time frame to trade off of. And make sure you have some momentum on your side and take the opportunities in the direction of that momentum if you can get it to line up properly. So that's it, guys. Not a whole bunch of detailed levels for me to look at today because we are really in a chop range, whether that be on the indexes, crude, gold isn't even entertaining for me, and it hasn't been for months. So just be careful is best advice here. Make sure you have momentum on your side. You have a strong anchor leg if you're trading pullbacks, or you got a good level to break out of if you're trading breakouts. That completely determines what your strategy is, whether you are looking for momentum of a breakout or you're looking for a retracement of that previous momentum. So like I said, be careful here. A lot of ranging markets here that we just looked at, so be careful. If you have any questions, get a hold of me, Adam at directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in tomorrow's recap. Bye-bye.